have been here today. Your presence here humbles me. I would like to thank our sponsors, our table captains, our board, our staff, Janet, and all the members that are here today. So, thank you. I would also like to take a few minutes to remember one of our saints that we lost this past year, Florence Payton, an extraordinary person who all of us at Bridgehaven. Many of you have heard Ramona talk about her recovery over these past years. The loss of her mother has made Ramona's transition into retirement different than what she had expected. I would not be here today if it had not been for the mentorship of Ramona Johnson. She is one of my heroes who has given Bridgehaven our vision, values, strength that I will talk about today. Let us take a few minutes to thank Ramona for her years of service to Bridgehaven and the community. Before we continue, I'd like to say, if you're comfortable eating, please do so. Or you may take your meal with you after the event. Some of y'all are already eating. We have spaced out our chairs and tables to make this as safe a place as possible. And we ask that you keep your mask on if you're not eating or drinking. At this point, we're going to do a little work. If you choose not to eat, then we're going to really have some fun together. You all may not know that I'm an art therapist, and today I would like to lead you in a short art therapy simulation. So, this activity will give you a small taste of what our members get to experience every day. So table captains, everybody, make sure you have the sheet here and a pen. Okay? We're going to start with the box number 1. Box number 1. In this box, I ask that you draw a picture of yourself before the COVID pandemic. Please do not stress if you're not good at drawing or that it's not your thing. But if you do feel a little anxious about your drawing ability, this is the right time to focus on stress. As you draw your path, I would like you to take the time to think about the types of things that cause you stress pre-pandemic. It's okay if these anxieties seem trivial, because I think we all agree the pandemic has made everything a little bit more complicated. If you're lucky enough to have our therapist at your table, don't worry, they're too busy drawing to look at your art, so you'll be all right. At Bridgehaven, we offer 3 types of anxiety groups. First, we have groups where you can gain insights to your anxiety. Second, we have groups where you can get support for when you're feeling anxious. And finally, we teach people to manage stress. All right, when you're ready, please turn your paper over, and in box H, write down 1 or 2 things that stress you out pre-pandemic. Once you have written down these things, turn the paper back over, and we will begin drawing in box 2. In box 2, you're going to draw an image of yourself at the beginning of the pandemic. As you doodle, think about how the world changed. And during this change, what did you discover about yourself? Focus on your strengths. Once anxiety about the pandemic faded, what did you discover about yourself? Think about the wisdom you gained as you adapted to this new reality. It's okay to talk about your strengths at Bridgehaven, so it's okay to talk about it. When you're ready, please turn your paper over and write down one or two strengths about yourself that you discovered because of COVID. When you're ready, turn your paper back over, and we will begin drawing in box 3. In this box, draw how you feel today. I'll give you a little art therapy secret. Embrace the abstract art. Doodle feelings are more abstract. So, as you draw, take this time to focus on your values. Has COVID helped you to reprioritize your values? If so, how? Think about how this pandemic has changed you and helped you think about what's important today. Again, this is for you, and so are your values. There are no wrong answers here. When you are ready, please turn your paper over and write down the 2 or 3 values in box E on the other side. After you've written these things down, please turn your paper back over, and we're going to begin the 4th and final image. This is an image of yourself in the future. Taking the knowledge that you've gained this morning about yourself and how you see yourself in the future, what are your hopes? What are the action steps that you need to take to get to this place? With this new knowledge of your strengths and your reprioritization of values, what action steps will you need to take to become the hope that you see for yourself in the future? Please turn your paper over and write down these action steps in box E on the other side. Thank you for your participation. At Bridgehaven, after the interventions, we take time to process each participant's feelings and thoughts. And I really would love to see what you all have done today. I would love to know that. But today, I'm going to share Bridgehaven's response to this intervention. So, start with stress. Before the pandemic, we worried about serving our current members in the limited space that we had. We knew we had to offer quality programs, but feared marketing needs, as we did not have the needed space to serve more individuals. We stressed over the balance of the needs of our current members and the needs of our community who could not access our services. Before the pandemic, we also thought about emergency events such as tornadoes, floods, ice storms, things that disrupt the program, but only for a short period of time. Bridgehaven's stress was meeting the needs of our members and the needs of the community. Strength. When the pandemic hit, we were shocked, like many of you. As an essential service, our goal is to continue operations and to care for our members. On March 23rd, 2020, we closed as we did not know how to address programming once a member had tested positive. We did not realize that COVID would require us to manage change weekly, and we had to constantly adapt to new information, best practices to ensure the safety of our members and staff. Early in the pandemic, I lost a good friend. She stopped taking her psych medication due to the fear that medication caused her bones to weaken. She feared falling and had managed her mental health condition for decades, even becoming a psychiatric nurse. Unfortunately, as COVID started, so did her symptoms. It became clear to me that she needed help, but I feared visiting her due to the possibility of giving her COVID. As a woman in her late 70s, she was a high-risk category. She was finally hospitalized in June and then re-hospitalized in July. She passed away in August, her body not being able to maintain what her brain was asking of her. This experience had a profound impact on me. Many of our members do not have the technology to receive the same services we provide in person. That we realized we had to remain open and provide face-to-face services. In June 2020, we opened to give face-to-face services, and we started giving group services in July. Bridgehaven's strength is providing quality services, even in challenging environments. Values. Today, Bridgehaven is operating, providing the same services we provided pre-pandemic. Thanks to planning of our board, we have expanded our services to our 2nd Street building. This space has allowed us to operate and maintain social distancing. Over this past year, we had an 89% decrease in hospitalizations. A 99% reduction in hospital days, an 86% decrease in houselessness, and a 100% decrease in incarceration. We were able to achieve these outstanding results in a world focused on continued confusion and uncertainty. We remain focused on what's necessary recovery. In fact, 94% of our members achieved one of their recovery goals. Our members expressed a 95% satisfaction with services, and 77% shared their quality of life improved during COVID. In addition, 60 of our members looking for stable employment have found it using the IPS model for supported employment. That's individual placement and support. So 60 members. Yeah, we need to share a round of applause for the hard work of our members here. With our new space, we no longer feel the pressure of serving our current members and those in need. We have room for all and are looking for new members. The essential value of recovery has been maintained by our staff. We are balancing the values of everyone's core value, safety. Would you please give us a round of applause for their hard work? These outcomes did not come without making some real sacrifices. We limited the time that our members could attend the program to lower the impact of the COVID spread. This change, supported by a board, resulted in a 55% decrease in averages of services per day. The decision resulted in a significant loss of revenue. Bridgehaven has also maintained all employees. COVID created new roles, and we needed everyone to remain operational. It's been rainy, and we have used our rainy day funds. Our board values the employees and the members' needs above the needs for profit. Would you please give a round of applause to our board? This safety theme continues this morning. We have limited space at the tables, limiting the number of guests we can invite. So this is nice to be together. We're only at 50% capacity. Bridgehaven values being a safe environment where recovery comes first and recovery is required. Action. For too long, Bridgehaven has been unknown to many in the community. We need to take action to provide services to those who have lost hope for a better tomorrow. The houselessness community has grown, and we are excited to be working with the city and other organizations so that they address the needs of these individuals. We continue to find ways for our members to engage more fully in the community around them. We need your support to do this. All of us cannot reach hope unless we all also act. Bridgehaven is going to do what's difficult. We cannot do this alone, and we need your support if we're going to achieve these goals. Today, I'm happy to announce that the Zedler Board and Trust is providing a $15,000 challenge grant in honor of my friend Lavisha McLemore, which will match dollar to dollar any donation which leads to becoming a society member today. Bridgehaven takes action to provide hope and recovery. Will you act today to support our members? Again, thank you for participating in the art therapy simulation with me today. And next, I would like to share some fantastic stories of members who have not just wished for hope, but are taking action to find their hope. First, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce April. She's going to share her recovery story with you.